Welcome back to Coffee and Candor. This is Brandy,
Amber,
Chris,
and Ross.
And today we talking about the king. That is the king of rock and roll. And I'll admit, I've never been an Elvis fan. I mean, I don't dislike him. He was never on my radar, really.
Yeah, there are some songs that are fine. It's not like the Beatles where I hate most of their songs.
Yeah,
I can't stand the Beatles.
And just dislike them generally.
Yeah, on principle. Now, I don't have anything. He just was never like my. But he is actually, his death is one of my earliest memories.
When did he die?
He died in 1977.
Okay, so that's 2 years before we were born.
Yeah, he died.
That's like my earliest news story that I remember, and I would have been 6.
See, mine was.
But it was a big deal.
Mine was the Challenger explosion or discovery.
I remember it was after kindergarten. I was sitting in my grandparents' living room watching the Bozo Show. And they broke in with news that Elvis had died.
Right. And
I remember, it was a big deal. It was the thing everybody was talking about. But anyway, and the prevailing thing, we've always heard he died on the toilet from a drug overdose.
From pooping too hard.
Yeah.
He shat himself to death.
Well, that's not really what happened. But, I mean, that was not the real narrative anyway. He basically had a drug overdose and a heart attack and died and fell off the toilet. Right. But anyway, so it's come to light through, because you know how when Michael Jackson died, everybody knew Michael Jackson had a problem with pills. And they were prescribed pills, but pills nonetheless.
Well, Michael Jackson had a problem with sleeping, and his personal physician, excuse me, gave him too much sedative, and he just didn't wake up.
But that was also, and I didn't know this, Elvis had insomnia for most of his life, severe insomnia, kind of like I do. And so it turns out me and Elvis had a lot in common.
Well, just that, really.
No. He had
never seen Brandy shake her hips?
Yeah, I used to be able to shake my hips. But there's so much in this book. But
what book?
It's called The Strange Medical Saga of Elvis Presley.
Okay.
And so the reason I found out about this is yesterday an article came out in Pain News, which they're a network and a nonprofit that deal with people who suffer intractable pain. And what they call intractable pain is, to be intractable pain has to be chronic, yes, but it also has to be so severe that medicine really, yes, I'm on opioids, that's no secret, and they lower my pain. But even with strong opioid use, I never get below probably a 6 or 7 on the pain scale. And people say, well, how do you function? You don't have
it's normal.
Yeah, you don't have any choice. If I shock you with electricity just constantly and it doesn't kill you, you'll start to get kind of numb to it. You get used to it. Yeah. So intractable pain is pain that really can't be resolved, and it's severe and it's chronic and it's life altering. And so anyway, this article that came out was from a nonprofit that deals with, and lots of diseases can cause intractable pain. Ehlers-Danlos is one of them. Cancer, lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, all of those cause, and there are others, but those are just the common, cause pain that really can't be resolved. And so this article comes out, and what I brought Michael Jackson to an end before, I didn't remember this because of course I was young when Elvis died. But there was a big trial. His doctors were put on trial.
Michael Jackson's.
Elvis's.
Oh.
Too. I was using that to draw a parallel between Michael Jackson. Because we all remember that shit show. But yeah, they're apparently, because at the time of his death, Elvis, of course, lived in Memphis. He was being seen by no less than 12 specialists at Baptist in Memphis. They knew he had some sort of systemic disease that was affecting his entire body, but because at that time Ehlers-Danlos was barely even named, much less understood. They didn't know what it was, but they knew he had problems with his eyes. Like, you know how later in his life, all the pictures you see him in those really heavy sunglasses, his eyes were very photosensitive. He had developed severe glaucoma, and there's pretty significant stuff to back up the fact that he had intracranial hypertension too.
Oh, really?
He had some head injuries that they think caused blockages in the fluid flow of the CFS based on the autopsies. They know he had 3 or 4 very well acknowledged head traumas, like that ended up with him being unconscious. And they're thinking that those caused him to have traumatic brain injury, which actually I didn't realize this until I'd already had a shunt for a while. I'm considered as someone with a traumatic brain injury. Technically, my intracranial hypertension is a traumatic brain injury. It causes a lot of the same symptoms as a TBI, like a stroke or a massive head wound or something like that. Because of the pressure on the brain, it actually causes soft tissue damage. I did not know that. I didn't think. It makes sense now that I know it,
right?
But I didn't know it. And when he died, they said he had megacolon, which basically because his
it's a giant asshole.
God, I know a lot of people with that.
No, they don't have that. They are.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, they don't have megacolon. They are
megacolon.
Mega anus.
but no, like okay. Connective tissue disorder, Ehlers-Danlos, collagen disorder, whatever. Collagen is the most common building block in the human body.
Yeah, collagen's in just damn near everything.
Yeah. Organs, skin,
bone,
muscles, cartilage, your eyes. It's literally...
It's in bone or bone marrow. I can't remember.
It's in both.
Oh, well. Fuck me then.
Yeah, because like osteogenesis imperfecta.
This is brittle bone disease.
Yeah, that's also a connective tissue disorder.
I didn't realize that.
It's like a cousin to Ehlers-Danlos,
okay.
where it affects my connective tissue. It affects their bone integrity. So it's just manifested in a different place. But anyway, it's like the literal building block. It's the most common protein in the body. And so,
I didn't realize collagen was a protein.
I didn't either until reading.
That was so stupid of me. I have collagen protein sitting over there.
Yeah, but you don't think about it.
You've been doing that a lot lately.
Oh, it's right over there. Yeah.
Old age.
Let me tell you what. Fuck you and fuck you.
He said something in the store the other day, and I looked at him. Oh, it was a table. It was a round table that had like this big handle right in the middle. And he said, "Is that a bar stool?" Why did I say that? I tried to stop myself, but it came out anyway.
All right, no, it was at fucking At Home yesterday, and I was looking.
I think I came up on y'all at that point.
I was looking up the
I was
stool,
laughing.
and I got my eyes right to the what would be the seat if it was a bar stool. Turns out it's not. And I said, "Oh, is that a bar stool?" And as I said it, I saw the thing sticking up out of the top. And I even said, "Is that a bar stool?" No.
It could be, but only if you're really brave.
You know what? We can't be on our game all the time. Fuck.
Next, he'll be out in the yard. Get out of my yard, you fucking bastards!
Oh my God.
Oh, wait a minute.
Man,
Oh my God.
Fuck all of you.
Austin has become that dad. We were down there sitting on their porch talking to them, and the kids were in and out. And shut the door! Were you born in a barn?
We're not.
I'm not paying the fucking air condition this whole neighborhood.
He's like, the light bill's already, and I was like, yeah. I have lived to see this. This is good.
It's come to this.
It's come full circle. And he was like, shut the fuck up. And I was like,
That's when you just sit back and you're like,
yeah, I did. He said,
enjoy the moment.
He looked over at me and he was like, you shut the fuck up. I was like, I didn't say anything. You didn't have to. But yeah, so anyway, Collagen's the
They
most...
all learn.
Oh, one way or the other. Collagen is the most... so it's literally, it's the building
You
block.
should have been like, wait, what was that?
I'm going to need to record this for posterity. So the megacolon thing, because...
That's just funny. I know it's probably not
It's
funny
not
if you
funny
have
to
it.
experience. But so if you have bad collagen, because collagen is supposed to be very strong and
Things get too lax.
resilient, yeah. And if you have bad collagen, one of the ways it goes bad is it's floppy and it's not like firm like it's supposed to be, where it holds its shape. And
Yeah, like if you were to blow up a balloon and let the air out, it shrinks back. But
yeah.
if you have a problem with that, it
This
would
just-
just like
Stay expanded.
Yeah,
it would
kinda-
stay expanded and floppy.
Yeah,
Flaccid.
like have you ever seen like a rubber band that was exposed to something and got kind of rotten? It's like that. And so his colon, he had lifelong problems with constipation too. Preaching to the choir, Jesus, what I have to do to poop sometimes. But and so because his connective tissue in his intestines were floppy, he could literally, like, even though he couldn't poop, his intestines would just get bigger and
That sounds awful.
it's very painful. I mean, I'm not kidding you when I tell you that I have to have 3 sizes of pants in my closet at all times.
Sweet fuck.
Based on how bad my constipation, because then it builds up gas and it bloats and it's so uncomfortable. Yeah, like I wear 3 different pairs of pants. I mean, sizes depending on my symptoms. It's kind of like I have to have glasses, contacts, and other glasses depending on the symptoms of my eyes. It's literally variable day by day. So when he died, they said his colon was like twice as big as it was supposed to be.
Oh, wow.
And which I'm sure was horrifically painful.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures of mega colon.
Yeah, I didn't know this, but apparently cats get it. It's like a semi-common illness in cats. And so he had that. He had glaucoma.
God, could you imagine the bloated feeling from that?
You'd just be miserable, because trust me, when my stomach's like that, there's no getting comfortable. And you feel like you're gonna go to the bathroom, you can't. It's just you get hungry. Oh well, yeah, we'll talk about that. He you get hungry, but then when you eat, you get nauseous because
Right.
you've already got all this. So he had that. They said,
You're not going to show me a picture of megacolon, are you?
I was.
No.
do it.
No, I don't want to see a fucking anatomy
This
picture.
is just a drawing.
Oh my God, you're so simple.
Oh my god.
Let me see. Yeah.
Yeah, like where it would be like kind of the
Yeah,
consistent
No,
size. And just
yeah.
And then they said even
Ugh.
like the tissue can like get so stretched out, and then not like the balloon thing, it would lap over and fold. Then it comes like it can get herniated and strangled and start to have tissue death. It's serious. He basically
This seems like that'd be a real easy way to get something like diverticulitis too, or diverticulosis.
Yeah. And he had problems maintaining his body temperature, like cycling between the hot and the cold thing. Like there was no, and he had like his spine was trashed. He had all his discs were just like from all that. Yeah, he did all that, but that movement was at a price. That he didn't even know when he was doing it. But they say that they've looked back now at his mom and his grandma, their medical records, and it's pretty clear that they both had it too. Like pictures of them at advanced age, no wrinkles, wide set eyes, things that you don't even think about. Like my eyelids are a sign of the way they're shaped is a sign of connective tissue disease. It's just
what
like
do you mean how they're shaped?
like the heavy hooded.
Oh.
Like you have.
Yeah. Mine like when I do like that, like you don't even see. You just see eyelashes.
Yeah, she gets surprised and the whole fucking eye pops out. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
But yeah, I mean, that heavy epicanthic fold is a
Grandma had it really bad. Even in pictures, I've got a picture over
When
there
she's
where
like-
she's probably like
young.
8, 9, and they're so folded, especially on the outer corner.
Yeah, and like when I was a kid, like I looked like a little Asian child when I'd smile. My eyes would just completely disappear.
Everybody, when I was in elementary school, they are you part Asian? No, why? Because your eyes are so small.
and fuck yourself. And I know. I was always jealous of those girls with the big.
I know.
And I was like.
I smile and they
Yeah, it was like everything's squinted. Yeah, that's attractive.